Hey there, boys and girls. It's Ralph Garman, and you're listening to Talking Codswallop. Good choice.
Hello, everybody. This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Man. You might know me from the Tell 'em Steve Dave podcast and the I Sell Comics podcast. Listen, I love podcasting. I love talking, but what I really love doing is talking Codswallop.
Hey, I'm Alicia Witt.
I'm Daniel Portman from Game of Thrones. I play Podrick Payne.
I'm Ellipses, and you're listening to the Talking... Okay, I'm Mark Bernard, and you're listening to the Talking Codswallop podcast.
Hey man, it's Kevin Smith, Silent Bob, whose voice you were never used to hearing in the 90s until I started opening it up, man. And that's because I'm a podcaster and you're listening to a podcast, Talking Codswallop, right here, man.
So welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I'm Gemma.
I'm James, and I'm back.
You are back. And we've got no Andy.
No, we have no Andy.
No, but that's okay, because the show must go on. Show must go on.
I'll try and be miserable.
No, you won't. I don't need you to be miserable. We got to be happy.
Yes.
With the happiest 4 weeks that we're going to present, because Andy is, well, he's potentially taken the next 3 or 4 weeks off of podcasting. Just because work and life are getting a bit hectic at the moment. So he needed to sort of cut something out for the temporary basis. He has assured us he will be back. So that's the main thing.
He's taken a sabbatical from the old internet and whatnot, so...
Yes, and that as well. That's been an ongoing thing for the last month or so. So, yeah, if you want to reach out to Andy and you haven't got his mobile number, you're screwed.
Yeah, you are totally screwed.
Yeah, unless, of course, you have got Instagram, because he is on there. So maybe I shouldn't tell the listeners that, but you know. Now we'll get inundated by people Instagramming him. Ha-ha! So, James, how have you been?
Not too bad. I've had a few interesting things happen. We had a slight issue at my father's house with a water leak, which we are currently sorting out. It was a pretty unique situation, so that will hopefully resolve itself fairly quickly. But it's the best way to look at it is that no one got hurt and everyone is still safe. So that's a positive. Yeah,
because, I mean, you know, don't get into great detail if you don't want to, but I was going to say just in brief what happened.
Well, he'd been away. He only for a few days came back to wondering why he could hear water and went into the dining room and found the ceiling had come down due to what has transpired to be a pipe had gone on the bath. One of the pipes in the bath had gone, and but it's in hand. It will be resolved, so it's all doable. We're waiting for it to be assessed and for the insurance people then to see if they're happy with the assessments made by the builders. So
yes, well, fingers crossed that all goes ahead smoothly and everything for him, because obviously he doesn't need that on top of everything else, does he?
It's a bit of a bugger, but I'll take my hat off to my dad. He stayed very, very calm and just basically dealt with it with some assistance from my uncle as well. My father and my uncle were tidying up, and one of my friends came down as well to assist. So everyone pitched in, and we got it to a tidy state. But it's certainly not it's not great. We have no carpet or anything down, but it will be dealt with, I'm sure. So
yeah. And it's kind of in that situation, thank God for insurance companies.
Always have insurance. Even if there can be issues, this is why you've got to have insurance, because it'd be an awful situation to try and deal with it completely on your own. So
yeah. I was going to say, let's hope it's not Direct Line, but is it Direct Line?
Again, Direct Line were not the problem for me. Direct Line were incredibly good to me, actually. So
yeah, it was just all the other connections.
It was the other things involved, but I can't actually not Direct Line, so they did help me out.
That's all right then. We don't have to blacklist them.
We're not naming and shaming anybody.
We don't have to send that guy over to, the guy.
The guy who actually works for Winston Wolfe.
Winston Wolfe, yeah. Yeah, we need to send Winston Wolfe round to the mechanics that dealt with your car.
Yeah. Well, the worrying thing with Winston Wolfe is I'm more like the Jimmy in Pulp Fiction where he discusses his fine coffee.
Yeah.
I do love my coffee.
You do. I know you do. What was it I read the other morning? Because you said that you hadn't slept very well and a friend had been talking to you, so obviously that helped. But you said that you had about 8 cups of coffee, and I was like, Jesus, James, it's only 10 o'clock. Well,
what happened is I woke up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd just put my tablet on. My friend Elizabeth was telling me that basically, if you give yourself like half an hour of an activity that's not overly stimulating, you're supposed to be able to fall asleep again, which you're saying might be helpful to me. And I wasn't really up for wandering around the house, so I thought I'll just read something, see if that tires me out. My friend Kat was online and was telling me something she'd been at. She'd, I think, just got in. And I was like, okay. So we just ended up talking for an hour or so. And that did help. I then fell asleep after that. So
I'm sure that's not a reflection on the conversation.
Not a reflection on Kat at all. But no, my brain had clearly been exhausted at that point. And I got a bit of sleep. Not a lot, but so.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because, you don't want to go back to sort of the insomniac
no fun
days. Yeah. No fun at all. But, with regards to me, thanks for asking.
Well, I did ask earlier, but I'll ask now, yes, on the podcast. How are you, Gemma?
I'm fine, thank you. And, actually, I'll say that again, because it sounds a bit insincere. Oh, yeah, cool. I'm fine, thank you, James.
Yeah.
Sounds equally as insecure. Insecure?
Insecurity.
I've had quite a good week. I've had a bit of an emotional week because it would have been my father's birthday last Sunday. And for some reason it hit me quite hard this year, but I've bounced back. So that's the main thing. And, let's not focus on the negative. Let's be all positive because Andy's not here. We don't need to focus on the negative when Andy's not here. And I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to say, well, Andy's not really negative.
What will happen, gentle listeners, is that when Andy returns, there will be this giant ball of negativity that he will be able to, he will have saved up the weeks of negativity and will just unleash it.
The fear is that he's going to come back and he's going to be positive. What will we do then?
One of us has to become negative then.
Yeah. Let's practice. Last weekend I went to Guernsey for the first time, which is one of the British Isles.
Nice.
Yeah, went on a ferry, and on the way over it was a bit rocky.
Bit choppy.
Bit choppy, that's the word. Choppy, not rocky. If we hit rocks, we were done for.
The shit really would hit the fan if you hit rocks.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was a bit choppy, and I felt rather unwell on the way over. And you know how I feel about certain foods and certain smells of certain foods, i.e. garlic and onion.
My favourite.
Yes. Well, I wasn't feeling very well. And I was like, nothing sort of came up or came out or anything like that. But I was, I was sort of nursing my tummy at this point because I was just like, I don't feel very well. It's seasickness sort of thing. And then my friend proceeded to eat a cheese and onion sandwich. And I was like, oh my God. I felt so rough. It was like the mixture of the sea making me feel sick, and then the cheese and onion sandwich literally right next to my nose. I was like, I don't feel well.
Can you imagine if they had blown their nose as well?
Oh my God.
It'd be right from the bottom, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have ran to the loo. I'd have gone into one of those paper bag things. I said at one point, because I said to my friend, normally I wouldn't make a comment on somebody's, what they're eating or anything like that. I just sort of sit there and suffer in silence. I don't, this is my own thing. You know what I mean? But with that, I was like, oh my God, Karina, that's stinks, that sandwich. And she's like, oh, it's nice. And she's wafted it under my nose. I was like, no, really, don't do that.
I think we definitely need to get you and Walt in a room together.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
And bring curry in things and just see what the reaction is.
Yeah. I'm not bad with curry. I quite like the smell of curry.
A big garlic bread or something. What it has to be is to have something with a lot of garlic for it to have an impact upon you, and a lot of fish to have an impact on him. And I'd be like, look, they're climbing the walls.
Because one time I had a really bad cold, and my mum actually turned around to me and said that it's probably like an old wives' tale or something like that, but if you have an onion in your room, it soaks up all of the germs, sort of thing. I'm not 100% sure if this is real or not, but
I doubt it. Sounds interesting, though.
Yeah, she's my mum, so I guess I had to believe her. Yeah, I can't remember. Actually, I might look it up in a minute and see if see if it's right. Or you could look it up while I'm telling the story. Yeah, that would make a good idea. You clack away. So basically, I was sort of lying in bed and I was just like, oh, the smell of onion. Oh, the smell of onion. I could not sleep. I had to get up and actually just take the onion out of my room. And even then it still stank. And I was like, so not only was I feeling really unwell, with a cold. So yeah, some colds can knock you for six, can't they? And, and then I had to put up with the smell of onion for the rest of the evening.
Well, you'll be pleased to know from this thing I'm reading.
Okay.
They talk about the various different ways people try and solve colds, and they've said, for some reason, many otherwise rational people seem to believe that this could be true. This is about chopping an onion up in the room. I'm not sure how we get to the point where ideas like this that are passed around on the internet are trusted more than the healthcare professionals.
It's because you can never get an appointment with the doctors.
Yeah. It basically does nothing. It won't hurt anything, but it isn't going to stop your cold. It's from the 1918 flu pandemic. That's where the reference comes from, yeah.
Well, that's showing my mum's age, isn't it?
Indeed. You said that, not me, but it says the doctor. It says where it's believed to have come from is the fact that there was a farm where obviously the people were not affected by the flu and seemed to be well, and the wife of the farmer was saying she put an unpeeled onion in a dish in the room, the home, but obviously, it's nonsense.
Yeah, I thought it would be. Yeah, she just wanted me to suffer a little bit more, didn't she?
Possibly. Makes for an interesting story, though. I mean, that she thinks you're a vampire and couldn't find any cloves of garlic anywhere.
Maybe. Because at the point, I wasn't sleeping throughout the night, I was sleeping in the day. So, might be. And
then there's the goth period. Actually, maybe we have hit upon something.
Go on.
Well, there's the goth period, isn't there? So I think we have
sorry.
hit on something.
I thought it was something more related to the onion. Sorry.
No, well, kind of. Onions, garlic, goths, vampires. It all makes sense.
That's my scariest noise. So finally got to Guernsey, and it's quite pretty for the UK people that have ever been to a seaside kind of port type thing. Have you ever been to Cornwall, James?
I can't remember, but she's quite a standard response with me, isn't it? I can't remember. So it's possible.
Yeah, but I was also thinking, obviously it's quite a distance from you as well, but if you can imagine, or have you ever seen on the TV what Cornwall looks like and things like that, it kind of reminded me a lot of that kind of area, to be honest. But also because we went on a Sunday, there was a lot of shops that were closed. So we're like, oh, what do we do? So we just didn't really do anything, but we did get really cheap baccy. So that's really good fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guernsey looks quite pleasant. I'm looking at pictures of it. So yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was really pretty. And it was also a really hot sunny day as well, so that was nice. And yeah, it was nice. And then I was really, well, not annoyed, but because of the journey on the way there, I decided you can get these band things that you can put, they're kind of like sweatbands that you can put around your wrists, and they have got like this button type thing that helps you to not get seasickness.
Yeah.
So I brought some of those because I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a go if I need it, sort of thing. And it turned out on the way back, I was absolutely fine.
Interesting.
Yeah. But they have their own money over in Guernsey as well. Yeah. So when I brought it, she gave me like a £5 note back, but it was a Guernsey £5 note. And I was like, what's that fake money?
Yeah. What am I going to do with this?
Yeah. So when I was on the boat, I was just like, can you change it for real money, please?
I felt very offended. What do you mean real money?
Do you know what? I think I probably did offend the lady, but I didn't really care at that point because I'd been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, which was very, very fun. And I also got flashed at.
What?
Sounds like fun. I got caught speeding.
Oh, flashed, right. I thought you meant like some man rode up, throwing his coat up and going, hello.
No, that's why I said it like that, just to get your reaction.
Can I just ask one other thing? Did you see any cows when you were in Guernsey?
No.
Oh, bugger.
No, I saw a lot of magnets for cows.
But none of the actual cows?
No, we didn't, because we only had like 3 hours there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have like time or a car at that point. So it was like, we didn't have the facility to go much further than the port, really.
Right.
Like the little town.
Cool.
Yeah. It was actually a town, so there wasn't any cows in the town.
Well, you still managed to have an interesting, almost close to spewing time, but I am very interested in your traffic story.
I know, it's kind of my Codswallop this week. I wasn't going to really bring up Codswallop this week, but, and yes, okay, you could argue the fact that this is my fault, but it was 4 o'clock in the morning because we had to get onto the ferry for 5:30, something ridiculous like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just making sure we had plenty of time and whatnot. Anyway, I was driving down a road that was, last time I drove down it, basically it was 50 mile an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, which I didn't realise, they changed it to 40. And yes, okay, the signs are up, but again, it was really early in the morning. So, your brain's not 100% thinking. You are thinking enough to be driving, but it wasn't, it wasn't awake enough to sort of realise, the sign said 40, not 50.
Slightly worrying, but go on.
And also there was literally no other cars on the road. So it was kind of like, whatever. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the sky lit up and I was like, shit. And do you know what the really annoying part was?
Well, apart from the fact you've been flashed.
Yeah. And I've got to sort that out and there's £100 and potentially 3 points on my license now. This is the first 3 points that I've ever had on my license. Because I've done the courses before.
Right. Can you do another course or?
I don't think so because it has to be 3 years, and I think the last time I did it was within the 3 year time scale. So I think unfortunately it is going to be points this time.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's I'm not saying I wasn't in the wrong because I definitely was, but at the same time it literally was like a couple of weeks at the most that they changed the speed of the road. Yeah. So it was kind of, I'm used to driving down that road at 50 mile an hour. But what the really annoying thing is that, okay, I was doing 48. So if it was a 50 mile an hour road, I was doing 2 mile an hour under speed limit. So I was like, oh, for God's sake. But yeah, I knew, like I said, because it was so dark, the sky lit up with the flash. And I was just like, so I guess that I got a speeding ticket.
Did I tell you my traffic incident story when I went into Manchester?
I don't think so.
Well, when I had one of my many, many courtesy cars. When I had the Ford Cougar, which was pretty good for carrying stuff, I went to Manchester city centre and I had to be at an event for a certain time, so I was a bit sort of panicking for getting there on time. And I can still remember this. I was driving along and I was like, ooh, empty bit of road there. I'll go in there and get round the corner near the theatre. And it then turned out it's a bus lane.
Oh, no.
So
I've done that in London.
I've only had to pay £30 to the council because I paid it within the allotted short time. Where it gets a bit more interesting is you initially don't get anything from the council. They will then get in contact with you, but what you get is a very stern letter off the rental company. Telling you that you're in trouble and you have to pay an admin cost to them as well.
Oh my goodness. So how much was the admin cost?
£35 admin cost, £30 being in a bus lane. So the lesson there is don't drive in a bus lane in a leased car.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, sometimes it is easy to do it initially.
Yes.
Because, like, you know, quite often, like with your sat-navs and things like that, or GPS of any form, really, like if I've been driving around London, it will say turn left here, and you're like, but it's a bus lane.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, what if I don't do that? What will it do next? You know, kind of thing. So you sort of panic and you think, well, I don't know where I am one bit. Yeah. Because that's obviously the nature of how we are nowadays. We literally rely on technology to help us get from place to place, don't we? So yeah, so I've been caught a couple of times. Or no, I've done it once and didn't get caught, which was really fun and really great. And then the second time, but that was in Bath. But anyway, yeah.
But the interesting thing, your point, the sat-nav is exactly what happened with me. The sat-nav was directing me where I needed to go. But, look, shit happened. In the great scheme of things, a lot of worse things could happen. So
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so £100 down the drain. But, you know, lesson learned.
Exactly.
Not so much.
And so what sort of car engine have you got again?
1 litre.
I was going to say, we can't unleash for anything that's much larger. It'd be like, flash, 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 flash.
I can do some good speeds in that car.
Good.
Anyway, not bragging about speeding because, you know, you never know who's listening.
Not good for you. Or your wallet.
Bad Gemma. But anyway, so I don't think that speeding is cool. But I do get frustrated if I get caught speeding, and it was A, 4 o'clock in the morning, when nobody else was on the road, and B, when they just changed it from 50 to 40. I mean, God.
I mean, it does make you wonder whether they should reconsider doing these, you know, hitting people with a penalty thing, if there is literally nothing else on the road. But that in itself would pretty open a whole can of worms. But we live, we learn, you know. Shit happens.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so that's my little moan over.
Okay.
Have you got any Codswallop this week, or are you all good?
I think we've hit it with the collapsing roof syndrome.
I think
collapsing ceiling, the ongoing ceiling issue. But it is, it is what it is.
The ceiling saga.
Yeah, the ceiling saga.
The saggy ceiling saga.
We're getting there. It'll be resolved, so we're getting
there. Yeah, I just wanted to see how many s's I could say in a sentence.
The saggy, soggy ceiling saga.
Yes. I mean, you've added saggy to the soggy ceiling saga.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know if you saw, but I actually put out.
I saw.
I put out a tweet and a message on Facebook. Didn't do Instagram, so sorry if you listen to us and you're on Instagram only. So I apologise for that. But yes, I put out some. Does anybody have any questions for us?
Yeah.
So and we have had quite a few come back. So I was going to get into that section, but also just before we move on to that bit, I did just want to sort of touch upon the fact that we didn't win any awards.
I know it. No,
we didn't win. We didn't even get to the final list.
Really, at this stage, I want howling dog sat somewhere.
I'm not a dog.
No, you're not. What howling dog?
I think it was probably because the listeners didn't want to put you through having to sing.
Or me putting them through singing as well. So.
Well, I was trying to word it nicely.
Yeah, it'd be like the horror of Apocalypse Now for people.
Yeah. Well, you know, depends on the song, doesn't it?
True.
But we'll never know what that's going to be like now because didn't vote for us. No, on a serious note, though, thank you to everybody who did vote for us, because it really did mean a lot that we were nominated and, that we got as far as we did. So that is, you got to be in it to win it, and sometimes you don't. So we are fine about it. But if anyone wants to make us an award and send it to my home address, and put like world's best editor for Talking Codswallop podcast, I mean, I'm happy to accept that award.
Yeah, just buy some crappy sports trophy, and
engrave it for me.
It'll be fine. We'll be happy.
I would like something sparkly, please. So if you'd like to change my face from this to hi.
Let's get Gemma a tiara.
No, I don't want a tiara. I'm not girly girl, but I do want something sparkly that I can look at and go, yeah, you're right. I am pretty awesome. And one would think that a mirror would do that for me.
I was going to say, a mirror, isn't that something you can look at and you can just pep talk yourself? Go, lion face, lemon face, lion face, lemon face.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me, because, sorry, we will get onto listener questions in a second. But actually, I was talking to a friend of mine, Graham Arnold, last night, who actually did send us in some questions, so that, is quite related in a way. And we were talking about all different things. But anyway, and I said to him, oh yeah, when people say, oh, life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Mine is, when life gives you lemons, make the face. Like, because you fit into it. Yeah. So that was funny. So that's, that's that. Let's go on to the questions.
Yeah. And I know what some of these are, you sick perverts, right?
Well, let's start with that one first. Because it was funny.
It was.
And I was looking forward to hearing your
my sage response.
Yeah. Because I couldn't exclude Andy from that one, so I had to ask him the same question as well. So I have a text message with his response.
Is it like, what the fuck?
and after his response, I put, haha, I can't wait to hear James's response, aka listen to him squirm, laugh out loud. You're not laughing, James. What's up?
No, I'm thinking about my response.
Okay. You need to insert laughter sometimes.
Ha, 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 ha.
Perfect. Right. So let's get on with that one first. So we got a message from Jamie Westwood.
Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie. If you were to clone yourself and have sex with yourself, would it be incest or masturbation?
It'd be science.
It would be science.
So if you're caught in this situation, that could be your response. It's science. It's science. Nothing to see here. Stop judging me. It's science.
So that's your response.
Yeah.
You would do it, but it's science. You'd be like, yep, let's go for it.
Yeah,
Science.
I don't know. It's too whether I would actually. I don't think I'd be up for that at all. But what is it? Masturbation? What was the thing? Is it masturbation or
incest?
Oh God, bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
Technically,
well, I suppose it depends.
Technically, it could be. Could it be incest? Because it's sort of almost identical twin, but it is you.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe it's close to masturbation. Ooh, this is it's a tough one, this.
Yeah, well, what do you think? I'll read Andy's.
Yeah.
So his initial response is, incest as a clone is essentially your twin, which is what you just said. And then he Googled.
Oh, God.
Because he likes to fact check our Andy. So he Googled, are twins considered clones? Google has said, natural clones
Yeah.
also known as identical twins, occur in human and other mammals.
Mm-hmm.
These twins are produced when a fertilized egg splits,
Yes.
creating 2 or more embryos that carry almost identical DNA. Identical twins have nearly the same genetic makeup as each other, but they are not genetically different from either parent.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it doesn't really answer what he looked up.
No.
And then he put, sorry, I'm a joy killer at these games. Really laughy face. By the way, my gut said a twin was a clone, and before I said anything, I fact-checked myself.
Nice.
So there you go.
As long as fact-checking isn't a euphemism for anything, we're okay. Thinking about it.
It could be.
He was fact-checking, honest.
Yeah, that's what he's doing every Tuesday now.
A long, like a 4-stroker.
One stroke and he's done.
Yeah. I don't honestly know, because, like, I still stand by the fact that a clone would be almost a twin, because obviously a twin is considered to be a natural clone. But
yeah,
the whole getting serious, or the whole question being asked about personality of a clone and the ability of a clone, makes you wonder, because basically they're saying that if you cloned yourself, it could just be, it won't have any of your life experiences, so you'd have to teach it and program it, and if you're just going to abuse it, which is what it sounds like, this clone is going to, whoever the poor person has been cloned from, they're just going to be there abusing their poor clone. I think we're more of abuse, to be honest.
yeah. Yeah.
It's abuse, basically.
Yeah.
But if you're caught, it's science.
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant response. Mine is actually quite boring. It's incest. So I think, well, firstly, I wouldn't do it.
No.
Obviously. But if I did, it was science.
Yeah. If you're caught, what are you doing in there? It's science.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm pretty certain that would be incest. So, yeah, I'm interested to see, actually, Jamie, what your response to that question was.
Yeah, I also have a question, Jamie. Where the hell did you get this question from?
Well, he put, no, I haven't been drinking. I just got asked this the other day, and it really amused me.
Yeah, we need his response. We need to know what he thinks.
Yep. So, Jamie, you need to let us know how you did it. What your response to that question was.
How he did it?
Yeah, how he did it. Did he do it? Did he not do it?
Did he clone himself? Is that why he's asking? He wants a legal get out, doesn't he? So there you go. James said it's science. So when he's in court...
Right, okay, next question, moving on very quickly, please. So, Alex Whiteley from the Thorskin podcast.
Hello.
Which is a lot of fun, that podcast. His question was, and I had to respond afterwards saying, have you ever heard me read? This is a lot of words here. And he's like, just suck it up and get on with it.
Deal with it. Yep.
I know, it was a bit rude, isn't it?
Harsh.
Alex, you're so rude.
He's a harsh man.
Yeah. Okay, so Alex says, soap exchange. If you could take any British soap...
Imperial Leather.
and do it in American. Ooh, that's what she said. Yeah. What would it look like?
Messy.
Yeah. Say they did an American version of Coronation Street. What would the episode be like? What other programs could America do? And likewise, what American programs do you think us Brits could do better?
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I think take EastEnders.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to use that one as a good example because there's always drama in EastEnders, and I don't watch Coronation Street, so I can't comment on that one. But I think all of the characters would be dead if it was America because of all the gun crime
That's
and
true.
whatnot. Yeah. So they'd have a bit of an argument and then everyone would be killed.
That'd be a very short season then, wouldn't it? One episode in.
Yeah. And then that would put, like it would be dun, 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 dun.
But instead of that, it could be gunfire.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. And
Did you have anything you would reverse from the UK to the US on a TV show?
I think it would be quite interesting for us to have a crack at Friends.
Yeah.
And get our British comedians and actors and stuff, and actresses, obviously, to have a go at that one. But I wouldn't know who I would cast in it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So
I think one of the problems you've had in the past is where they've tried to do that sort of stuff. It's not sort of work. I know they tried to do Absolutely Fabulous in the US and it completely fell flat. And they tried it with Red Dwarf as well, where it died a death.
yeah, they also did that with the In-Betweeners as well. I know you haven't seen the In-Betweeners, but basically the contract sort of came to an end after the third series. I was almost in season then. That's why I hesitated. And I was like, I'm not American, I'm English. They basically went over to America and then they recast it with American people and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. So, yeah.
The only one I could think that could be kind of interesting is to see if they did, obviously the Americans did the West Wing. They tried to maybe do that here. And whether they could run something like that with around, well, it'd be number 10, wouldn't it? But whether something like that could ever be done.
I've never seen West Wing, so I don't really know.
I don't know how well it would work because the entire political sort of differences in the way, the run between the US and the UK. But, just an idea. But to reverse engineer, what would I send over from here to there?
Love Island.
Well, they've already done that, unfortunately.
No, I know.
The poor bastards. I can't actually think of anything I'd really want to try here. I don't watch that much English television, so...
I just had a thought of one while you're thinking. It'd be quite interesting to see an American version of Downton Abbey.
Yes, actually, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting, to see how that would pan out.
Yeah. That would be. Yeah, and see if they can sort of pull it off, because obviously it's like the toffs and the scruffs, so to speak, isn't it? It's kind of like upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah,
kind of effect,
I reckon they could pull that off, yeah. I think that could be quite an interesting one, but I can't really think of anything else that I'd try, to be honest.
Oh, that's good. I think we've given quite a lot of different suggestions there. So, Alex, I hope you're happy with our answers.
Yeah, if you're not Alex, we can't help you, I'm afraid. That's the best we've been able to give you.
Yeah. So basically what James is saying in a very, very polite way is tough.
Yeah, tough shit. Deal with it.
Yeah. But that is our thoughts. So I think that's obviously, they're important because they're ours. Right. We got Nathan on Twitter. So our famous Nathan, who appeared on our Halloween episode and our paranormal expert.
Excellent. Hello, good sir.
And also our number one listener. He's always going to be number one. Sorry, Bob. You're always my personal number one because Nathan turned around to me and said that he prefers Andy. So, sorry. Yeah. But Bob, that means that you're my favourite, so that's all right. James, have you got a favourite?
Well, considering someone somewhere thinks I'm called Jason, I want that person to be my favourite.
Next episode, you could be Jason. Yeah. So Nathan says... Oh, sorry, I should give his Twitter handle as well. So it's at Nay, so NAYF, Page, PAGE, 15 on Twitter. Short of Nathan is Nafe. So that's why. Anyway, I got a question. I should ask it in my Welsh accent, actually, shouldn't I, boyo? Are you ready for this, James?
I am.
Okay. I got a question. Recently, I was on a private home investigation and came face to face with a spirit, and I never felt scared I talked to the lady spirit, and she looked me straight in the eye and smiled and faded away. I've kind of lost it a bit there. But I am actually better at reading when I do an accent. Have you noticed?
I have noticed, yes. It was very clear and very good enunciation.
Yeah. Okay. What would you do in that damn it. What would you have done in that situation? Thank you. Well, you put thanks, actually. But
okay. So it's a female spirit, you're saying?
Well, I mean, it was a female spirit in that situation, but obviously, well, although actually, Nathan, I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed with you that you assumed her gender.
Yeah. Was it?
Did she tell?
Yeah.
Did she tell you she was female?
Well, if it's a girly spirit, I'm assuming it's Bacardi.
Could be Malibu.
True.
Yeah. But no, on the serious, like if we were ever on a ghost hunt with him, which we still want to do, Nathan.
Damn right we do.
Yeah. I don't know if Andy's on board or not. We'll find out when we ask him. But yeah, basically, I think in that situation, it depends if it was like a threatening spirit. Because I'm very skeptical anyway, so I don't know whether I'd actually see it in the first place anyway. But if I was to see it, I probably would freeze initially and be a bit scared because obviously I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. But would I run away and screaming or anything like that? No, I wouldn't. I'd probably just say, hello, how are you? And then hide behind James because he's really tall. And push you.
Yeah.
What about you, James?
I'm thinking back to when I've been around ghostly stuff myself. I've not desperately...
Don't tell your ghost story.
No. Damn! No. Anyway, so I was walking down the hall and no, but being seriously back to instances, I've not been sort of felt fear, but I've not gone into mass sort of panic mode. So I don't know. I'll probably assess it as it is, but it depends how sort of unnerving it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Having not been in that sort of situation, other than the stuff where I have been near something, but where I've never been on actually, sort of expedition, so to speak. I wouldn't really know how to deal with it.
I think that's it, isn't it? You have to be in the situation to know how you're going to deal with things.
Yeah. On past experience, I've not gone like mad and freaked out, but, who knows if I'm, presented with some very scary entity. Interesting, when you talk about doing the ghost sort of things, Kat, who I was talking about earlier on, she does those things as well, so yeah.
Ah, maybe we could
latch on.
All team up.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Is she based in the UK?
Yeah. She's in the UK, so
okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it's feasible. But yeah, I would like to think, going off my past stuff, that as previous listeners will know, the stuff at my uncle's and other things,
Please don't make him tell us the story again, listeners. Please don't make him tell us the story again, listeners. Not for the sixth time.
Yeah, seven. No, I think I'd probably stand my ground unless it was absolutely horrifying and awful.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you, this is now coming from like Most Haunted and programs like that. There are other programs obviously out there that instead of just Most Haunted, but they seem to always like do a little protection thing where, like either do the Lord's Prayer or whatever, something that will protect you before you actually go into the situation. And as long as you're respectful in that situation, I think, well, I mean, obviously if something's going to hurt you, something's going to hurt you. But if they're not malicious, then you're going to be fine, aren't you?
Oh, hopefully. As long as it doesn't turn into Slimer Ghostbusters, you're okay.
Oh, you'd love that. I'd love it.
Really? Well, it's like barreling along at you.
Yeah! I'd be like, Slimer!
Yeah, because you get hit by it.
It's a bit like, in Casper as well. If it was Casper, I'd be absolutely fine. If it was any of his uncles,
yes.
I don't know that I'd be so fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably get the Scoleri brothers out of Ghostbusters too, wouldn't I? So.
Yeah. Oh, before I even get to see Slimer, I'd be probably squished by the marshmallow.
Yes, yeah. Or one of the dogs would be chasing you down.
Yeah, definitely. Could you, like, if you did get squashed, like, this is kind of completely sidetracking now, but that's what we do. So, I can't remember the marshmallow's name.
Mr. Stay-Puff Marshmallow Man.
Stay-Puff, yeah. So, anyway, so he's walking around the city. Okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be New York. It can be the town. It can be, like, basically, he's walking near you.
Yes.
And then he steps on you. You don't die.
Really? Oh, God, I'm going to be in a hell of a state then.
Yeah. No. No. Turns out, for some reason, you're absolutely fine.
Okay.
But you've still got his foot on you. So he hasn't moved. He's just stayed still. He doesn't realise he stepped on you because you're like an ant to him, basically. Would you be able to eat the marshmallow to get yourself free?
That'd be a lot of marshmallow. I'd give it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I would too. But I'd then probably need a big sleep afterwards because of all the sugar. But, you know, I'd be alive.
You're shouting, bring me, if you're a real American person, you'd be like, going, bring me some chocolate and some crackers. S'mores.
S'mores, yeah. I'd get my lights out. I'd toast the marshmallow. Oh, yeah, but I mean, that would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Having to eat your way out of like a foot.
Yes, and I'd also ask for a lot of cocoa.
What, afterwards?
No, cocoa to put marshmallow on the top of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you wouldn't have that you wouldn't have that situation. Basically, you're laying flat down on the floor with your arms spread out. So your arms can be seen because, you know, his foot's not that big, but his foot is big enough to cover your entire body.
So he's not the full-size Marshmallow Man then?
No.
He's a Marshmallow Man in maybe his early years. A child Marshmallow. Marshmallow boy.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
he's a baby.
Okay, yeah. More chance of survival, and I'd eat his foot. Yeah, screw that it's a baby.
And while you're eating his foot, because it's now a baby, he screams out in pain because he's such a baby and he doesn't want you to eat his foot. Yeah. Do you feel compassion and then stop?
Bitch shouldn't have stood him in the first place. He started it. Going down. And what you'd have to do is, if you've managed to like eat his entire foot, so he's like screaming in pain, you'd want to brandish a packet of jelly babies and take heads off in front of him. I've got no fear of you. In fact, to be fair, if you've taken his foot off, you've bitten head off a jelly baby. Lie in there. Just eat the entire Stay-Puff baby thing.
Yeah, why not?
Get a couple of fires going, you know. Ram some sharp sticks through him.
But he's a baby, James.
Hey, he started it.
I don't care. You're free. You can run away. Well, I mean, you can't run away. You could probably slowly walk away like you can on Christmas Day when you've eaten too much, you know. Well, the baby, but it's fast enough to get away.
The baby definitely can't run away because it's now missing a foot. So, you know, I'll take it. Hey, it started it, and to be fair, I'm showing compassion. I'm going to end its suffering by eating the rest of it.
Ah, that's a good point. Yeah. Or you could just invite the neighbourhood children around.
Yeah, invite all the Boy Scouts around. That's what I was saying, you know, sharp stuff, campfire.
Yep. That sounds like amazing.
Yes.
Oh, let's do it.
Yep.
I love that went that weird.
Got dark quickly, didn't it?
It did. It got dark quick, but it was brilliant. Yep. Oh, I really enjoyed that. So we have got more listener questions, which I said that we've got from Graham Arnold, who is on Facebook and Twitter, but obviously I won't give out his Facebook details, but I will just have a look at his Twitter details a moment. Okay, so his Twitter details are Gray with a capital G and Arnold, ARNOLD. with a capital A as well, and then 23. And he's a very funny chap. And he makes me giggle. So I asked him, has he got any questions? How many do you think he sent me, James?
10.
No. Higher.
20?
Higher.
Good Lord. Graham, you took this far too seriously. 30?
Higher.
50?
Higher.
Oh, God.
If you give up, I can tell
He had a
you.
lot of time on his hands, clearly. 100?
Higher.
Okay, I give up. Graham, if you've just been sat around writing questions out, you need a hobby, man, and it's not writing questions to us.
He sent across 230 questions.
I think somebody was taking the piss, but go on.
Yeah, I think somebody cut and paste. But you will be pleased to know, James,
Yes.
I'm not going to ask all 230 questions.
Okay.
I have limited it down to 18. I thought they were quite interesting ones. So should we move on to Graham's questions now?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Bring it on.
Might have a sip of drink as well, because there's 18 to go through. Well, we don't have to do all of them.
To wet your whistle.
Mm-hmm. I can't whistle. See? All right. I can do an inward whistle.
An inward whistle.
Hold on. See?
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, but I can't do an outward whistle.
Okay. On to the questions.
Why do we think this is, James? Oh. Anyway, if you would like to hear me whistling more...
Yeah. Please vote for us in the following categories.
Well, whistlers are us. If you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be?
Now, is this grass as in grass that's green grass that's in a field or on a garden, or is this weed?
This is grass that's in a field.
Okay, so what to replace grass on the field with? I don't know, grass in a field's pretty standard sort of stuff. I can't think what I'd replace it with.
Can I go then?
Yeah.
Obviously, it helps because I've looked at these questions beforehand. I would go with green jelly. How cool would that, if you're walking through the field and you're bouncing as you go, like Mr. Soft from the Treebor adverts?
It'd certainly make my my garden an interesting experience.
Yeah, it's like the rabbits that you saw before we started recording.
Yeah.
Imagine them hopping.
Oh, they'd be bouncing even higher.
Oh, I know, it'd be amazing.
That would be nice.
Like, that one would then turn into 2, would turn into 3.
Yeah.
It's probably when you look out the window now, there's a field full of them.
No, that's not a bad idea, that. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I suppose we don't have to limit it just to green jelly.
No.
We could have purple jelly and blue jelly and yellow.
Yeah, green. Yeah, we've hit green. We've hit green.
You've got green,
yellow.
Orange.
She's been drinking again. No.
Yeah, I wish I have. It would be kind of like a patchwork quilt of, jelly in the fields.
Yeah. No,
and it would.
I like that.
Yeah, and it would save allergies as well. Like, for those people that suffer with hay fever, it would be amazing.
I like your thinking. Very selfless.
Yeah, I know. I really am. Why didn't you vote for us?
You bastards.
We were so close to winning. So have you come up with anything yet?
I haven't got the best. I can't really. I don't think I can top that, actually.
All right, well, we both agree that jelly's probably the best thing then.
Yes.
Okay, I'll help you out with that one. Right. If you could morph 2 animals to make one super animal, what 2 animals would you choose and why?
I'll need to think about this one, I'm afraid.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
Do they have to still be alive?
dun. The answer to that question is yes.
No, but it could be something that's like an extinct animal.
Oh, I think because it's your question, you can do whatever you like.
A saber-toothed tiger and a puma.
Oh.
Imagine how phenomenally fast and dangerous that would be. and sleek.
That would be.
Yeah.
You would have to make the puma a bit bigger though, wouldn't you?
Oh, but they'd all sort of like cross-breed, wouldn't they? And,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking morph as in like the back of one animal and the front of one animal. So that's what my brain was going with.
I thought they'd just morph and become like one being, so like intermates, and then boom, something amazing would come of it.
Yeah, I mean, that is a way of morphing as well. So not just like the Power Rangers.
Yeah. That, or you create some really screwed up thing that's like just really, really messed up and shouldn't be, like,
Because in my head, I was thinking a horse and a cow. So like,
oh man, that sounds horrifying, especially it's like the back and the front of it.
well, no, I was thinking, it could have all different sort of parts of the cow. So, it could have the udders of a cow on a horse.
I'm visualising it, and it's terrifying.
Do you want to say that again when you're not?
I said I'm visualising it, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, it would be called a course.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would, and it would have the hooves of a cow as it was walking around, and it'd have like 3 stomachs.
This poor
I literally haven't put any more thought into this.
Poor
I
animal.
really didn't look at the questions that well. So this is my imagination now going off on one.
Terrifying, isn't it, listeners?
I've got a wonderful imagination. Or a bird on a horse, because then you could get like a flying horse, couldn't you?
What, like Pegasus?
Yeah, I couldn't think what it's called, but yeah.
Could be interesting.
Oh, imagine though, you know how we like complain about bird shit.
Yeah, I was going to say horse shit. Yeah, that would make short work of your car body work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good at all. No, you wouldn't want a horse to poo on you from a great height.
No, not at all.
No. But I'm going to stick with the horse and the bird nonetheless, because I think that would still look really cool.
Could be interesting, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so next question is, if your 5-year-old self suddenly found themselves inhabiting your current body, what would your 5-year-old self do first?
Buy Transformers, definitely. Buy Transformers. I know for a fact my 5-year-old self was obsessed with Transformers and with the ability of having money. Well, we're assuming they have money. I mean, if they've gone back, are they meant to be in the time frame of now, the time frame of then?
You're inhabiting your
Now.
current body.
Oh, yeah.
So, so basically, your mind is of a 5-year-old, but you are still looking the same as yourself.
I'd buy Transformers, I would hope, but I think I'd also be like, terrified. But, no, Transformers would probably be my big thing that I'd push to,
Why were you screaming then? I don't get it.
Well, if I've suddenly appeared, if my 5-year-old brain was in my body now, I wouldn't understand anything around me or what the hell was going on, would I?
No.
I want my parents. I think it'd be,
I was sorry. I had to question. I was like, because like,
yeah,
I don't know
scratch
what's just
Transformers. It'd just be, what the
heck? My 5-year-old self, what did I love? I'd probably go out and buy loads of animals because I loved animals when I was 5.
And then you'd work out the chaos of having to look after them.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be a matter because I'm 5.
True.
I have to think like that kind of thing. So, like you having to go and get Transformers. I think I'd probably go and get all the sweets I could get and then realise that they made me feel very sick.
Yes.
And I didn't like them anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that would probably be it, to be honest. Trying to think what I was actually interested in when I was 5, other than animals.
Definitely Transformers for me, from what I can remember, but I can't remember much else. I can't think what my favourite food was or anything, so...
No. I know that I was big into, shit. I've forgotten. No, not big into shit.
Into shit, eh? Well...
Yeah. No, I was big into, what was that program? It had, it was a cartoon and it had, oh shit, and I've got loads of the toys still up in the loft.
Good to know.
Yeah.
What was it about?
There was a cat. It was superheroes.
Thundercats.
Thundercats, thank you.
Oh.
Thunder, Thundercats. Yes, so I used to love them. And so, I don't know, because I've always been quite a tomboy, sort of, really. So, maybe I'll go and maybe I'll be disappointed at the fact that I can't get Thundercats.
I don't know, because everything that we liked as children is still available in some form or another.
I suppose you're right there, yeah. But, yeah, actually, thinking about it, I kind of want to get up into the loft and see what the condition of my my toys are like, my Thundercat toys are like, actually. I know they're not in packaging, but I'm pretty certain that they're still in a good condition.
Get on eBay, you could probably make a fortune.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I
might put them on display for a bit.
I remember saying to somebody in a shop once, just for everything that was out for sale for the kids, is stuff that I remember from my childhood. And as a blast from the past a few years ago, I went to Toys R Us, which obviously doesn't exist now, but I went in when I was going to pick one of my friends up, and I was waiting for his work to finish. I'm wandering around Toys R Us, reminiscing about what I could remember from the store, but just about every toy in there was just a reiteration of something I remember from my youth, so it all goes full circle.
Oh, amazing.
And they all seem to be the same places as well, which is strange.
Yeah, that is actually really interesting though, isn't it? How things actually make a comeback.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever sent a text message to the wrong person?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Next question.
Numerous times, yes.
I did send a ex-boyfriend. This was like when I was about 18.
Mm-hmm.
I sent an ex-boyfriend. No, sorry, he was a boyfriend at the time, but he is now an ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
I sent him a message which I meant for my friend to get, which was, I don't know if I should go on a second date. He's a bit weird.
Right, okay. But that went down well.
I sent it to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, there wasn't, like nowadays, if you got WhatsApp and things like that, you can potentially delete the message before the person actually sees it, unless they're straight away on their phone. But if obviously when I was 18, that didn't happen. You weren't able to do that in those days. So it was kind of like,
It clearly was not meant to be.
Well, I mean, I managed to blag it enough that we went out for another 6 months after that, so I think I covered it quite well.
Maybe it was more meant to be then.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was the kick up the bum you needed. What 3 items could you buy together at the grocery store to make the cashier laugh?
So 3 items to make them laugh. Condoms, a marrow and lube.
Condoms and what, sorry?
Condoms, a marrow and lube.
Yeah. That would make me laugh.
It'd either make them laugh or terrify them.
I suppose it depends on the sense of humour of the cashier, doesn't it? Have you ever caught something on fire while you were cooking?
Caught? Oh, so just set something on fire.
Yeah. I think where he's taken them from is an American site, so.
Yeah, toast, bacon, sausages, stuff like that. Yeah, it's happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the reason I picked this one so I could tell a fun story.
Excellent.
Very, very quick, because I'm noticing that we're in on an hour and 12 minutes, so, we got a little way to go yet. But yeah, basically my mum was cooking bacon and somebody called. So she picked up the phone and all of a sudden the bacon caught on fire and actually nearly burnt down the kitchen, and we had to get the fire brigade into our house.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. I mean, we managed to put it out. But there was a lot of fire damage, a little smoke damage. Sorry. It was really funny because I just got out of the shower, and I was like, oh my God, firemen are coming. So I took the towel off my head and I was like, okay, I have to and then when we, when we knew that we were all safe and everything, because, all joking aside, we were obviously a little bit scared.
Well, understandably, yeah.
Yeah, but we did manage to get it under control and it was fine in the end. But, when we actually when the fire brigade, it's just 2 fire officers, when they left, me and my mum looked at each other in the mirror. We had black all up our noses, so we were all worried about what our hair. Well, I was worried about what my hair looked like, but then I had a black nose.
Yeah, it's a bit different, that's for sure.
Okay, next one. If you could kill off any character from a current TV show, who would it be and why?
Difficult, 'cause I don't really watch anything current, I'm afraid. That's so current. Can I pick something with Justin Bieber in it?
Yes, absolutely.
Wasn't he in like an episode of NCIS or some?
I don't know, I don't watch that program.
No, I don't, but yeah, we'll go with something with Bieber in it, like NCIS or whatever.
Okay, that's fine, because I know you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
No.
But my one is when Ed Sheeran.
I heard about this,
appears in Game of Thrones. I'd like to kill that character off, so he didn't appear on it. And now this one I've changed, because it originally did say, what kids movie did you think was too scary when you were a child? But I've changed it to just movie, because when I was about 10, I watched Child's Play, and that freaked me out. And to the point that when I was an adult, it took me quite a while to actually be able to watch the film again, because it freaked me out so much that my memory of it was, obviously I was terrified of it. But then when I rewatched it again as an adult, I realised that obviously that was just a child memory.
I remember when I was very young, I used to be scared of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can remember being scared of that.
Hulk smash! You won't like me when I'm angry.
Well, he never really sort of said much, did he, when it was Lou Ferrigno playing him? But yeah, I do remember it, that being something that scared me, so that's about the most I can remember, the bit me flipping the car over.
Ah, okay, yeah. I know. I love to tell this story. I've told it multiple times on this podcast, but Rupert the bear freaked out my brother.
Why? Is it because he's like a bear in clothing?
I don't know. I don't think it was actually the programme, but it was the song. Like, any time that the song would play, he would absolutely freak out. So even to the point now, as an adult, I will sing it to him and he still goes, I don't like it.
And what's the Rupert the Bear song?
Rupert the bear, don't know the rest of the words.
No, I was never a fan, so yeah.
Hold on, let me look it up.
I think I've got the right thing of Rupert the Bear. Is he the one that he wears like yellow trousers?
Yep.
Right, so I've got the right character then. Yeah.
Right, it goes a little bit like this.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell at all.
No, it doesn't, does it?
Sorry. Well, I know how to scare the shit out of your brother now.
Yeah, I know how to scare the shit out of him too. So I like to bring that up at any moment as possible, basically. What kind of cult would you like to start?
The one where I have overall control. They will drink the Kool-Aid when I tell them.
Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid.
I think that's about the best I could come up with. I don't want to be like the Moody's or anything, or XIVI, whatever they call, where they brand you.
No, I'm going to be the cult leader of Codswallop.
So basically no different than you already are then.
Basically. But I'm going to make people worship us.
Yes, and vote for us.
Yeah. I'm still not over that.
You could be like Kim Jong-un and basically, be the overall ruler with no question, and they vote for you every single time, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. You hear us, listeners?
You have been warned.
This is your leader speaking. Yeah. This is a cult.
Yeah.
Although, is it a cult?
Yeah.
Because if it is a cult, would I be telling you it's a cult?
Yeah, you wouldn't. You'd be saying that, you should be worshipped, etc., etc.
Yeah. James, Andy, and Gemma all need to be worshipped and sent beautiful gifts. Also, while you're thinking about these things, we have got t-shirts for sale. So if anybody wants a t-shirt, please contact us at talkingcodswalloppod@gmail.com. That isn't actually a joke because I still have got quite a few t-shirts left over. So if you'd like to buy one, please contact me at that email address. Thank you for listening.
Please buy them.
Yes. We will do them at a reasonable cost. They come in various different sizes, but some sizes are less than others because I did a big bulk buy and you have to give me a size.
Ding.
How's that?
Yeah. Ding.
Oh, is that an email?
Yeah.
Oh, is that an email? Oh, is that an email? Right. What is the absolute worst name that you could give a child?
Hitler.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Adolf Hitler. Yeah, that might not go down so well.
No.
Doing the Smoddy register. Adolf?
Because when I read that, I thought Ermintrude. Like Ermintrude the cow.
But
that used to be my fake name on a night out if I didn't like someone. I just give them my name as Ermintrude.
Nice.
Yeah, which worked well until somebody asked me to spell it and then I couldn't. So
just tell me you're really drunk. No.
Ermintrude.
Trud.
But you can call me Trudy.
Yes. I'm sticking with Adolf Hitler.
I think that is a good one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with anything better than that. If you had to give up either brushing your teeth or brushing your hair every day, good job that Andy's not here. Well, and in fact, you take out your teeth every day, so...
That's a serious thing. They may or may not be cleaned in a sonic cleaner at night. Who knows? You'll never know.
It's a question for me, who has both her hair and her teeth. If you had to give up either brushing your teeth or brushing your hair every day, which one would you choose?
Difficult. I love my hair and my teeth. I would probably give up brushing my hair. Because my hair could sort of somehow survive and find its way. But my teeth, if I don't brush them, would be in a real state, so...
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with hair as well, because you can kind of run your fingers through your hair, can't you, and kind of, brush it that way, which is technically not brushing.
Yeah. Or you could just shave all your hair off, so...
Yeah. But I don't want to, though.
No. But I think I would have to brush my teeth. The medical... problems you could create by not brushing your teeth would be horrendous, so... Yeah,
I agree. Nobody wants gingivitis, do they?
No.
But if there's gin, invite us.
Oh,
I stole from the Impractical Jokers. I did. That line's from the Impractical Jokers. Which of the 7... Actually, I think this question should be, which of the 7 dwarfs am I most like? So you have to answer for me, and I have to answer for you.
God, I don't know who the 7 dwarfs were. Sleepy, Grumpy. I don't. Who were they?
Happy, Sneezy. Well, we know Andy is Grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's sold. Bashful. I think I would put you as Bashful.
Right. Okay. I'd say you were probably happy because you're pretty. You're always pretty go-getting and happy and bouncy for doing the podcast. So yeah, I'd go with happy for you.
Okay. Cool. I'll take that. As long as you're happy with Bashful.
I'll take that. That's okay, yeah. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're definitely not Grumpy, because that's definitely Andy.
Oh, yeah. That is our Andy. He's a very grumpy sort.
Do you know what off mic he isn't, though? That's the funniest part.
It's like he's got some sort of bipolar thing going on, doesn't
it? Talking about bipolar, the bloody weather today is that bipolar.
Oh, God, the entire weather has been exceptionally bipolar, yeah. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Hot, cold, hot, cold.
And the last question on this list. If someone made a movie of your life, would it be a drama, a comedy, a romantic comedy, action film, or science fiction?
Drama.
Drama?
Yeah, definitely drama.
Mine would be a horror. No, it wouldn't really. It would be a romantic comedy.
Nice.
Yeah, because it would definitely be a Bridget Jones type story for me.
Well, I can only ever really remember the start of Bridget Jones where she starts singing, so...
Well, she basically, there's a lot of things that happen to her. So,
Yes.
She's the kind of person, like me, that would walk down the street with her skirt tucked in her knickers and not realise for an hour and a half,
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm that kind of character. So that, like I said, it would probably be a romantic comedy, but emphasis more on the comedy, I think.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's positive.
Oh, I'd love to have a Mr. Darcy as well.
Well, if you hunt down Colin Firth, you'll be fine.
Oh, yes, please. Colin Firth's very pretty. I'd rather have him over Hugh Grant. Don't like Hugh Grant.
Yes, I've gathered Hugh can be a bit of a git, so...
Yeah. But he's just, as an actor, as his characters, he always plays the same sort of character, and it's always
Slightly smarmy sort, yeah. Well,
yeah, I don't...
He was very good when he played the Liberal Democrat guy, so that's a real departure. So.
Is that in Love Actually?
No, that was a TV show he was in recently.
Okay.
A drama where he was actually playing a real life... the name escapes me. He was the guy who'd been, I think, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, or pretty high within the Liberal Democrats. He got brought down on a scandal. Jeremy Thorpe.
Oh.
So it was Jeremy Thorpe
Okay.
he was playing. He was very, very good in that. Very against type, so...
Okay. Good to know. Never know then. I might investigate into watching another Hugh Grant thing, but probably won't, to be honest. But that's my prerogative. Anyway. Well, James, as our first episode with just the two of us,
Yep.
I think this has gone very well.
I agree. It has gone well.
I think my favourite part was eating our way out of a marshmallow.
Yes. Hey, I'm still standing by the fact that Marshmallow started it.
Yeah, I think he did too. And yeah, it got even weirder when he then turned into a baby. So in that case then, I think we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I have been James.
I've been Andy. I'm still here, everybody, from Upper Berkshire in the south of England. But Gemma's not from the south, she's from the southwest. I'm just going to pretend I'm geographically proper and know everything about everything. Anyway, I've got to get better work 'cause, I've got IT problems and Brexit and, yeah.
The cat.
And the cats. Oh, yes, no, I love the cats. They're fantastic. I don't know why I've gone so posh. I used all my energy laughing then.
Oh, that's harsh. Harsh.
Right, bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.